This video is brought to you by Bitbox NES game cases. There is no better way to protect, store, and show off your NES game collection. Only available at stoneagegamer.com/bitbox. Skip it up and that up. So Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weir from Waukesha, Wisconsin, they're 12 years old. They're a few months older than my little brother. We're big into Slender Man, which is an internet meme. He's a horror internet meme. He's this guy without a face. The first time I ever heard of him was there was an indie Slender Man horror video game made that he's fan fiction. He's on creepypasta.wikia.com. People make up stories. There's YouTube videos of Slender Man. He's all over the place. He's a very popular horror internet meme. I don't know too much about him, but I know he's fairly big. So these two young girls were a big fan of him, and in their screwed up minds, they thought he was real. And they wanted to appease Slender Man, and they thought what they had to do that was murder somebody. So they decided to murder one of their friends, and this is a plot that they had going, okay? This isn't some random thing. They hung out with their friend and decided to try to kill her. They plotted this for 4 months, okay? And what they were going to do was kill their friend and go to Slender Man's mansion, and I have that right here, in Wisconsin's Nicollet National Park. He has a fictional mansion there, which they thought was real, and they were going to kill their friend and go there to say, hey, we sacrificed our friend, now, you know, we're part of you, or whatever the hell that they thought was going to happen. So they had 2 plots to do this, okay? They actually, like I said, they thought this out. This was a very, very premeditated thing, okay? So plot number 1 was they were going to duct tape her mouth, stab her in the neck, and run. Brilliant plan. It takes 4 months to do that. Plot number 2 was they were going to kill her in the park bathroom they had her at, okay, and because there's a drain in there, and the blood would have went down there, would have been, I guess, a little cleaner, and then they were going to run. So they bring her to this, they have this girl sleep over, they bring her to this park, and they say, hey, we want to go play hide and seek. Let's, you know, you're sleeping over, let's go play hide and seek. So they go to this park, and they're in the bathroom all nervous, saying, hey, let's do this. So they finally go and do it. And Weir told Geyser, okay, they held the girl down, or Geyser was holding the girl down. Weir told her, go ballistic, go crazy, meaning kill her. And Geyser said back, don't worry, I'm just a little kitty cat. And then Geyser proceeded to stab this girl 19 times. They hit her heart, they hit her liver. She's alive. I don't know how. They hit her heart, they hit her liver, they hit other major organs. And they said there was literally like a millimeter away from a major artery that would have killed her. This girl that these 2 freaks, I don't care that they're 12, I'm still calling them freaks, stabbed, crawled up to the main road. Someone saw her crawling, and they saw that she was all bloodied up, and they called an ambulance, and she's still alive. I shit you not, this girl actually survived. Like they said, they were the millimeter away from a major artery. So now these girls, if they were tried as juveniles, would only be facing up a prison sentence up to the age of 25. But because of how premeditated this attempted murder was and how violent it was, 19 times they stabbed this girl, they're being tried as adults, and they could be facing up to 65 years in prison. Now, of course, people are freaking out and saying shut down creepypasta, and everyone, the knee-jerk reaction is censorship. When something tragic happens, people just don't think things through and want to shut things down. Creepypasta released a statement regarding this horrible thing that happened, and this is what they had to say about it. This is an isolated incident and does not represent the creepypasta community as a whole. This wiki does not endorse or advocate for killing, worship, and otherwise replication of rituals of fictional works. There is a line between fiction and reality, and it is up to you to realize where that line is. We are a literature site, not a satanic cult. Alright, so first things first. A lot of people I know are going to ask me, Rich, do you think that these 12-year-old girls should be tried as adults? And yeah, I do. I mean, if it was that they got into a fist fight with this girl and she got hurt badly and God forbid died, and it was just something randomly that happened and they didn't think it through, fine. But they thought about this for months and months on end. I understand they're 12, but that's not an excuse. Okay, I know plenty of 12-year-olds. I know when I was 12, I knew the difference between right and wrong. I knew the difference between fiction and reality. And I know damn well that when I was 12, I would not plot a murder to appease a fictional character on the internet. They thought about this for months. It was really well thought out for a 12-year-old, and then they went and stabbed this girl 19 times. There was no knee-jerk reaction with this, and I really do feel that they are dangerous even at 12 years old and should be facing 65 years in prison. I don't think it's going to go into something else here, and I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but there's a reason for it. A lot of people, and this is why I think people wanted to instantly, the knee-jerk reaction, like I said before, was to shut down creepypasta, is that people want to hope that no one can be born to kill. People want to hope it's always an outside source that can influence someone to make them bad. They can't, no one wants to, it's too scary, and it hurts too much to think that someone could be born so psychologically broken that their brain, their hard wiring in their brain is defective. But as I get older and I see things like this, and I have an interest in seeing why people tick, and I've watched biographies on serial killers, and I really do feel that there's people that are born literally psychologically and mentally defective, that they cannot function as normal human beings in society. I can tell you right now, I have a brother that's close to these girls' age, and he knows that going out and killing someone for a fictional character on the internet is insane. Okay, they're old enough to know right and wrong, and the thing about it is too, is a lot of people may say, oh, it's outside influences, or what happens if they had bad upbringings. I know people personally that have had horrific upbringings, from family members, not immediate family, to friends, and they're functioning normal members of society. I mean, everyone has their issues, but they're functioning normal members of society who would never commit something like this. And then you have other people who actually didn't grow up from a bad household who become Ted Bundy. They look at some serial killer. Seriously, I cannot think of his name off the top of my head right now. If it comes to me, I'll say it. There was another serial killer that he had, his parents split up, but he had a decent upbringing, and he ended up killing multiple people. And then there's other people who were physically abused and even sexually abused as children who grow up to be functional, normal members of society. So I understand these girls are young, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I really feel if they were capable of doing this and thinking it through, it's not like they have anger issues and it was just something that happened and they got into a fight in the woods. They planned for months and had different plots to kill this girl. They were like, should we kill her in the bathroom and the blood could drain, or should we just stab her in the neck and run off to Slender Man's mansion and say that, hey, we killed someone for you. Do you approve of us now? I don't think any amount of psychological treatment could fix them. I don't. And I know that sounds mean. I know I'm damning them at a young age, but the judge must feel the same way, because he said, I know you're kids, but holy shit, this is an exception. It sucks, man. You really want to think that, no one could be born to be this way, but I really do think that people are capable from birth to be this way. And like I said, you could take one person, have them both grow up in horrible households, and one person becomes a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and the other person growing up in the identical situation becomes a depraved homicidal maniac. It's how you're born and how all the wiring works up here. It sucks to say that some people are damned from birth, but I really do feel they are. I know that's depressing, but I really do feel they are. All right, folks, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.